Most small business owners struggle to managing their time. The struggle to manage time looks something like this. Like you're constantly on a hamster wheel trying to accomplish stuff. You're running left, right, and center the whole day, but at the end, you don't experience progressing. A lot of tasks get left undone. You miss deadlines, clients are complaining, you feel frustrated about so many things on your to-do list, but you don't finish all the tasks. It looks like the number of hours in a day are so less. You're firefighting from one fire to another, one crisis to another, trying to douse those fires. You compromise on your personal time, you neglect your family, things that are important to you, your personal self-care goes for a toss, and you spend a lot of time trying to do a lot of things, but somehow you don't know how to prioritize and what things to do first so that you can take your business to its true potential. If this is familiar to you, then you're not alone, because a lot of small business owners go through the same problems. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to resolve some of these issues. Imagine a world where you manage your time really well and you get these amazing benefits of managing your time well. One of the benefits that you must expect when you manage your time well is increased productivity. That's like by default, right? You will get more things done in your day, and those things will be the right things to do, and therefore you will accomplish much more than what you're doing in the same time. So that's the first thing. The second is it reduces stress. When you start to manage yourself and manage your time really well, then it reduces the stress quite a bit. You're free, you know what's coming your way, you can plan well, and therefore you can do those things in a calm and composed way rather than hectic, stressful ways. The third benefit that you can expect when you manage your time well is work-life balance. Like you will have time to do things that you love doing, like spend time with your family, watch your children grow, cultivate a hobby, build relationships, spend time with friends, all of that while your business keeps growing. Fourth, you will be having an improved decision making, which means you will be able to take decisions better. You would know what decisions work, what decisions don't, and you ultimately will have a more profitable business, because you will focus on those key priority items that ensure that your business keeps growing to its fullest potential. Now, how is all that possible? You need to learn some principles of managing time, and the moment you start understanding those principles and applying those principles, you would start getting some of these amazing benefits from managing your time well. So let's dive into those principles now. Before I jump into the strategies on how to manage your time and get the most out of your time, I want you to understand managing time is not only about strategies, tips, tricks, and stuff like that. It is about having a certain mindset. There are 5 mind shifts you need to have. The first mind shift that you need to have is that managing time is not about managing time, it's about managing self. Everybody has the same 24 hours. What you do with your time is what matters and what is important. So you need to manage yourself, manage your habits, what do you do in your time, and if you do the right stuff, you're going to get bigger, better results on the same time. If you while away your time, if you waste your time, if you don't have the right habits around time, then you're going to not have the right results. So managing time is not about managing time at all, it's about managing self. That's the first thing you need to understand and you need to put cognizance to. The second is proactive rather than reactive. Most of the times we are always running behind things and reacting to what's happening in front of us. That's because we are not paying attention to important stuff at the right time. When you don't pay attention to important stuff at the right time, and it starts to become an emergency. When it becomes an emergency, you have to pay attention to it, and you end up reacting poorly to it. So rather than reacting, you have to start managing your time proactively, and therefore proactive managing time is, or proactive time management is an important principle that you must embrace. Second principle is that single tasking versus multitasking. Your brain cannot multitask. Science has proven that your brain cannot multitask. What it does is it takes when you're multitasking, what it does is it focuses on one task, then on another, then on another, then on another, then goes back to the first task, second task, third task, fourth task. It's at any given point your brain is still working on one single task at a time. Instead of that, if you take all the time required to finish the first task, finish it, and then take on the second task, you will find yourself being able to do much more than when you are multitasking. Okay, so your brain cannot multitask. Do not attempt multitasking. Focus on one thing, finish it, and then take another task. That's something that you must learn and shift your mindset so that you start doing single tasking rather than multitasking. All work, no play is going to burn your brain down. Okay, so when you're burnt out, you're not able to accomplish big things. You're able to only do small stuff. That's why you must do work-life balance. Not all work, but also include some recreation, regeneration, so that you can re-energize and re-attempt to do things in a fully energetic way and therefore accomplish much bigger results. And finally, you must understand that busy is not equal to productive. Okay, a lot of us feel that if I'm free, that means I'm not doing things, I'm not accomplishing things. That's not true. When you're busy and you're busy the whole day doing stuff that is unimportant, it is not equal to progressing or being productive. Imagine if there was a race, okay, where you had to bring a ladder, put it against the wall and climb the first floor, and you actually ran fastest, went out, got the ladder, put it on the wall, climbed the first floor, but then you realize, oh, this is not the first floor I have to climb that first floor. This is like you put in all the effort, you were busy, you did a lot of things, but you did nothing that helped your business to progress. Therefore, you must do things that will make you more productive. Now, let's look at how to put all of this into practice and the strategies that will help you put all of this to practice and make your business extremely profitable, your time working on the business extremely beneficial. So let's get to that now. Right, now that you've seen the mind shifts required for you to manage your time better, let's look at some strategies. The first strategy that I want to talk to you about is prioritization. Not all tasks are created equally. There are some tasks that need you and your expertise. For other tasks, you can actually delegate it to your team members. The biggest problem small business owners have around delegating tasks is trust. What we have done with our business is that we've actually helped do everything in our business to grow it to the level that it has reached, and we think that we know stuff better than anybody else in the organization. So the moment you see someone not doing stuff as you want them to do it, you instantly roll down your sleeves and start doing it yourself. Stop that immediately. Okay, prioritize. Look at what is the opportunity loss you doing that task. Now what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is that if you did a task which is worth only $10, okay, but you end up taking an hour doing it, then your productivity is worth $10. But imagine if you were doing a task which is worth $10,000 and you spend an hour doing it, then you're producing 10,000. Now your hour can actually be worth $10 or $10,000 depending on which task you decide to work on. Now when you decide to do that report or show someone how to do things, or you end up talking to that client and resolving some small query, or calling a vendor and this, that and the other, when you end up doing those tasks, are those tasks the highest value tasks that you could be doing at this time? That's the question you must ask yourself. If that's the task that is the highest value task, then go ahead and do it. But if you rather build systems, build processes, create new products, have joint ventures, create new partnerships, find new key clients, if that's something that is a higher value task, then you rather focus on those tasks than doing this daily mundane tasks. Okay, now you want to do the daily mundane tasks for 2 or 3 reasons. One, you're a perfectionist. You can't see anybody doing tasks which are imperfect, so you roll up your sleeves and get into that. I want to let you know that's the killer of value and times. Don't do that. Let your inner perfectionist settle down. Let people do struggle and learn how to do those tasks. Let others do it. Okay, if they are low value tasks, let others do it. Second, you do those tasks because those tasks you are very comfortable in doing, but you're uncomfortable in doing tasks which force you to go out of your comfort zone and try new things and all of that. So you end up doing comfortable things. Okay, again, success is going to be beyond your comfort zone, therefore you must go beyond your comfort zone and do those tasks. Okay, and third, these are the tasks that got you success. Okay, but you want to get that what got you here is not going to get you there. Okay, so you did these things and grew your business to this level, but now your attention and focus is required on other things to grow your business from here to the next level. Let your team handle these tasks while you create bigger, broader, much larger challenges for yourself to solve, and therefore do those tasks. So prioritize business growth and tasks that are related to business growth than daily mundane regular tasks. Okay, so prioritization is your strategy number 1. Okay, now that we've looked at strategy number 1, which is prioritization, let's look at strategy number 2, which is time blocking. This strategy can give you the single most returns on your time investment. Okay, you must learn how to block your times for certain activities. Now, here is what you must do. As a small business owner, block times for every project on your calendar. Okay, what do I mean by that? Let's say you're doing project 1 and that project is about creating a new website. Okay, now let's block a time to work on that project and to review the progress of that project. So Monday 11 to 12 you're going to spend time with your team working on improving your website. That's the time to work on the project. And Friday at from 12 to 12:30 you're going to block another time to just review the progress that has happened between the week, that your team has gone ahead and done between the week on that particular project. Now, if there is a team member who comes to you and says, hey, in the middle of the week, and says, hey, I want to talk about the website, you can tell them 2 things. Hey, can this discussion wait for Monday because we're going to discuss at that time? If the person says, no, this can't wait till Monday, this is really urgent, then you say, hey, can it wait till Friday, which is coming day after tomorrow, and we will review that project at that time. So during the review time, say, no, this is urgent. If this is urgent, then you handle it. But asking these 2 questions can save you a lot of interrupting time, because your team members, for them, everything is urgent, everything is like to be done right now, and they keep coming to you and disturbing you in the middle of everything. So block a time for each project on your calendar, whatever time, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 45 minutes for working on the project, and a small time to review the progress. Make sure there's a difference between these 2 times so that you can actually work on the project at one time, give assignments to your team to keep working on it, and then check progress of that particular work on another time. That way you're working on each project 2 times in a week. How much ever time you want to block, please block that time. You don't have to block only 1 hour. This is an example that I'm giving. Also, there are a lot of times during the day that your team members keep coming and interrupting you, saying, hey, I need 1 minute of your time, and that 1 minute turns into a 30-minute discussion, and then whatever you're doing, that flow is lost. Every time you lose concentration for 1 minute, it takes you 15 to 18 minutes to get that concentration back on that particular item. So instead of that, designate time for your team members to interrupt you. Say, okay, between 4 and 5 every evening, I want to keep myself free. If you want to talk to me about anything, this is the time for unscheduled conversations. Okay, so block that time. So do time blocking for everything. If you think you're the most creative during early in the morning hours, then 5 to 6 when you get up in the morning, block the time for creative work. If you think you're a night owl and you think the most at night and you want to block some time before you go off to sleep, then block 45 minutes of critical problem solving time during that time. So find your flow, look at where you can block time, and then block the time to do that thing, and then do those things only during the block of time unless there is an emergency. And you can also block time for solving emergencies. So you can say, okay, between 11 and 12 I'm going to listen to any emergencies every day. Okay, so if you have emergencies, bring them during 11 to 12 and I'll resolve them. If you have if you want to have unscheduled conversations between 4:30 and 5 every evening, I'll be free, you can come and talk to me. If every team wants to give me a quick update of what they're doing, then between 1:30 and 2, 5 minutes, every team can come and quickly give me what's the update of what you're doing, and so on and so forth. So you can manage your time by blocking time for special stuff, and then whatever time is left, you can actually put that time for strategic thinking, for doing stuff that will help you grow your business to go to the next level. Okay, so that way you can save a lot of time. That's strategy number 2, time blocking. Now let's look at strategy number 3. The next strategy is avoid all distractions. Okay, so you must find a block of time where you're going to work uninterrupted without any distraction. So in this block of time, and it could be, you can start with 15 minutes and start growing the time, 15 minutes for a week or 2, and then 30 minutes, and then 1 hour. But you've got to find a block of time for yourself every day to work without distractions. Okay, so the phones are going to be off, social media is off, you will not go on to any social media site, all notification on your desktops are off. You close your office door, hang a do not disturb sign outside so that people know they can't enter at this time and disturb you. And during this time, you only work on the most critical things you have to work on to grow your business. We call them as your big rocks. At any given point in time, you must have 3 things that you're working on that are the most important things, and if you resolve those, you will be able to take your business to the next level. Okay, for example, in my business right now, I am looking at what kind of conversion strategy I can implement that will improve my conversion percentage from 25% to 35%. I'm getting enough leads in my business, but I'm not converting enough is what I think. So I'm going to block a 1 hour time slot every day, and if I need to work with a couple of people, then I work with them, but I'll take that 1 hour and I will do all the research, thinking, contemplating work that is required for me to look at how do I grow my conversions from 25% to 35% till I get that. Okay, likewise, my next one is I want to create content strategy for my business, and I'm going to, that's my next big rock. Once I've worked on conversion percentage, the next thing I'm going to look at is how do I create a content strategy, and what kind of content blocks do I create for my business, etc., etc. So I'm going to always have something that only I can work on, and it's very strategic in nature, and it's going to help take my business to the next level. Whatever that is in your business, if that means taking your business to another country, exporting, or finding new vendors, finding new partners, creating a new business model, whatever, okay, is your strategy to take your business to the next level, you must block a time in your day for uninterrupted work. so that you can do that, and nobody should be able to disturb, because it's very easy to get distracted and disturbed when you're doing strategic stuff. Again, like I said, why? Because it's uncomfortable to do it. Second, you don't necessarily enjoy doing that kind of work. And third, the moment there's slightest distraction, a 1 minute distraction will take you 15-17 minutes to get into the same groove. So don't allow for distractions to happen during this time. So please have uninterrupted blocks of time for yourself to work on, and that's your strategy number 3. Now let's go to strategy number 4, and strategy number 4 is have time for rejuvenation, which means you work in small time blocks. You can actually work in 25-minute blocks, so that you can take a 5-minute energizer break. You can go to the washroom, drink some water, watch some social media updates, check on your email, do something so that you take a energizing break and then come back to working. You can also make this 55 and 5. So do a 55-minute work and then take a 5-minute break, or a 10-minute break and then do another 55 minutes of work. So when you do that, you allow your brain to relax, and therefore it can work longer rather than burning out. Okay, so allow your brain to relax in between rather than working ferociously for hours together and causing a burnout. Don't do that. So that's your strategy number 4. And the final strategy that I want to leave you with is leverage technology. Today you have so many technological tools available, tools that can help you manage time, that can keep you on track. There are tools that will help you reduce manual work and create automation. Leverage technology to build a system around you that helps you do more work in less time. Okay, now that's a topic for another video. We can talk about all the technology tools. If you think that's something that you would like to hear, then leave a comment in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon. We would love to hear your views, so please comment on it, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much.